Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome back. It has been a while since I have done a video. I have been working hard with buying inventory for the eBay store. I spent about 5 grand on new inventory for the eBay store for cards. I'm gonna do a video on that coming up, and of course this video series. It's a 7 part, no, I don't know, 8 or 9 part. We'll see how it all works out. But can I pull all the players from the 2025 NFL draft? Stay tuned. But real quick, before we start this video, I set a goal earlier this year to hit 1,000 subscribers. If we can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will do a fun video where I open up all these Sparkle packs. It's $1,000+ for all these 1,000 subscribers, $1,000 packs. Hopefully you get it. But it should be a lot of fun, so please hit that like and subscribe. Thank you. All right, we are starting off with a little different look here than you're used to on this channel. You're probably wondering, am I at school right now, at work? I'm seeing Excel charts, numbers, percentages, all kinds of stuff. So let me explain what this is real quick. I think this will help start the conversation, or what we're going to be doing here, and especially what's going to happen over the next, 8 or 9 videos we do. So basically what you're seeing here is an overall summary of each position, and then the number of players that were drafted in this most recent 2025 NFL draft, and what products you can find them in, right? For what we're doing, this hypothesis is, can you pull all the players from the 2025 NFL draft? Yes, you could. But for us, we're going to do a specific segment, and that's the BPL, if you see at the top. That's basically our Bowman Chrome University, our Panini draft picks, and our Leafed Hero and prospects. And then there's this OS, OL, OB. I'll walk through what that is later, but that's a bunch of other products where you can find these players in. And then I have none. So basically, I could not find a product available for that specific player. And then I have the total and the percentage of each total. So what I did is I went through each player in the draft. I put their name into eBay, searched it, saw what popped up, and then I marked that. Okay, so as an example, there are 3 centers on that first line that were drafted. I found 2 of them in other products, not that we'll be ripping, and then I couldn't find one at all, right? A lot of the interior linemen, linebackers, things like that, a majority of them you're going to find in some of these other products, and we'll walk through what those are. But you can see that your quarterbacks, 86%, you're going to find in the products I'm opening. If you're looking for running backs, 80% of them you'll find in these products that I'm opening. Wide receivers, etc. So let's do one more, just so we're on that. So quarterback, that's towards the bottom. You can see the position. There are 12 quarterbacks that were drafted that you'll find in these products. 1 that is not in these products, and then 1 I couldn't find at all. And then there was 14 total, obviously, quarterbacks drafted. So 86% you'll find in these products. And hopefully this helps set the stage. I hope you're not confused, but let's get to the next part. And I think this will help clarify all this. All right, so this is round 1. So we have all the players that were drafted in the first round. You can see the team they were drafted to, the player, the position, the college they attended, and then you'll see these Y's in green, meaning that you should, if you were to go to the checklist, you should be able to pull a Cam Ward out of the Panini product of Bowman and the Leaf, right? And then as you scroll down, if you look at the 3rd overall pick, Abdul Carter, DN out of Penn State, was not in the Panini draft pick checklist, or the Bowman or the Leaf, but you can find him on the Onnit product. And the Onnit product is relatively new. It's part of the NIL, where the profits, where a player will go and sign some of these cards, and he receives the money from the sale of these cards, right? And so if you look through there, you can see that, like, Chicago Bears, Colston Loveland, he's a tight end out of Michigan. He's in a wild card product, right? Donovan Jackson, guard from Ohio State. He's in the prior year Bowman. He's not in this current checklist. And then same with Jihad Campbell out of Alabama. He's in the Bowman. So if I'm going to do this for each round. We'll go through it quickly, but I did this as a kind of a definitive guide for you guys. If you got a player that you are following and you're trying to find some of his cards, come check this out. I have it listed by the pick, each round, like I said, player, position, college, and then if you can find in these products. For the rips that we're doing, I'm just focusing on the Panini, once again, the draft picks, the Bowman U, and then the Leaf Heroes and Prospects. All right. So this is round 2. You can see that, yes, you can find quite a bit of these players in the products that we're opening. There's some in the Ohio State, Travion Henderson, who went to New England, is in 2024 Pro Set, which is a Leaf product. You can find some of these other guys in the Bowman. It looks like the 2022-23 Leaf. That got a little messed up for pick 50 there. But yeah, then you have the On It and Sage. And then, for instance, Anthony Belton, the O-tackle for North Carolina State. I couldn't find him in any products. So if you're trying to find him, you might have to wait till the pro cards come out. Okay, here's round 3. So you can see quite a few guys on here are not in any products, like the New York, the D-tackle out of Toledo, cornerback out of Iowa State. If you have any questions on this, please leave a comment. I will try to answer it, and hopefully this all makes sense, but please refer back to this. Okay, so this is round 4. Now, just to reiterate, what I did is I took the player's name, put it into eBay, and I checked to see if I could find that player and what products they are. And then obviously the ones that are Panini, Bowman, and Leaf, I went through and checked out the checklist for each one of those products. All right, round 5. And as you work your way down these rounds, you'll notice there's less and less kind of green that appear on these sheets. All right, we got round 6. One more to go here. Last round 7, all 257 picks. Please pause any of this, refer back if needed. All right, welcome back for part 2. We got 3 boxes left in this. So I have an update. I have been learning how to use this video editing software, and I tried do some fancy stuff. I tried to nest some things, is what they call it, these other things. Well, I completely messed up. So this first part of this video, the footage where I'm going to have the multi-card, you're going to see a pack open, but the clips of in which way they open got messed up. It is my mistake, but we're just going to roll with it. We're going to make it happen. Towards the end of the video, it's the normal footage. It will all make sense, but I just want to apologize and put that up front. That it was an error on my end. I'm learning this stuff, so just bear with me through this part 2. I know what I did wrong. I tried a new technique, and the only way you get better is to keep trying, right? But yeah, so it's going to be a little messed up, but we're just going to work our way through it. For me to go back and fix it at this point would be like a couple days work, and I already behind on getting these videos done. So we're just going to roll with it. But otherwise, hope everybody's doing well. We had part 1. We got about 22% of that master list. Go back and watch part 1 just to get a clue of what we're doing. Here are the first 4 cards in this part. All right, in the bottom right, we got Dion Walker, and he is not on our list, so he's a new pickup for us. D-tackle out of Kentucky, drafted to the Buffalo Bills, so a good squad to land on. But yeah, Buffalo had 9 picks this draft, and 6 of them were defense. So they went heavy on the defensive side of the ball with 2 D-tackles. Dion's one of them, and there was also TJ Sanders out of South Carolina, who you won't find in these products. He's on that On It brand. Yeah, and all the video, like I said, footage got messed up. So we're just rolling right into pack 2. This is how it's going to be for a little bit here. Yeah, so no draft picks this pack. But if you look at the top right, we have PFF rank 170. So As I noted in the last video, I went to Pro Football Focus. They have a 2026 draft big board already, where they're already saying, hey, these are the guys that are probably going to be in the next year's draft, and Oscar Delp is one of them. I put that in there as a guy that you might want to keep an eye on this season, keep some of his cards around, and whatever. But yeah, Georgia, he's a tight end out of Georgia, Oscar Delp. Georgia had a ton of guys go this draft. They had 13 guys in total. They had a wide receiver, safety, D tackle, running back. So their whole squad is gone. But I'm sure they got plenty of depth, but just wanted to note that. Okay, off to the races here. Let's see what we got for the next pack. There's another Oscar Delp. Okay, so bottom right, we have Drew Aller, quarterback out of Penn State, potential first-round pick for next year's draft, QB. That is the Campus Icons insert, just kind of a normal, common insert. And then on the top right, we have Oscar Delp again. Now, this one is the Aqua Mini Diamond Refractor, number to 275. So, sweet-looking card, numbered card. All right, next pack. Watch people will like this. They just get straight to the players here. We'll see. All right, coming into the next pack, pack number 4. All right, we got a hot pack here. We got 4 dudes on the board, 4 players on the board, all drafted. 3 of these guys we have not got a card yet, so that is awesome. This is a big pack. Top left, we have round 6 pick 179 to the Dolphins. Ollie Gordon the second, a running back out of Oklahoma State. And you can find him in the Panini product, Bowman and Leaf. That would be ripping. Bottom left, we have round 126, James Pierce Jr., a DN out of Tennessee who went to Atlanta. And you only find him in Bowman. Bottom right, round 7, 244 to Detroit Lions is Dominic Lovelet, a wide receiver out of Georgia. And that's like the silver or refractor. The rest of the 3 are base. On the top right, for the Buccaneers, Benjamin Morrison, round 2 pick 53 cornerback out of Notre Dame. All right, pack number 5, I believe. Let's see what we got here. Okay. All right, top right, we got Nico Lamaliva, a freshman. He's a fresh Tennessee sophomore in the transfer portal. Potential, if he went into the draft after this year, he'd be in a couple rounds, but this dude's like a stud. He's like one of the next big things, but he went into the transfer portal, no longer with Tennessee. He's chasing that NIL money. You know, you got some of these guys like Shedeur Sanders who got more money in college than they are in the pros. So I think this is changing the dynamic of college football for sure. Okay, pack number 6. See, we got an Oregon guy there. Noah Fant. And that is not Noah Fant, excuse me. But, all right, let's start with the bottom left. We have Cam Ward, the first overall pick. Round 1, pick 1. The stud, we've gotten a few of him so far. He's out of Miami and got drafted by the Titans. This is just his standard base card. And then on the top right, we have Evan Stewart, rank 162 PFF, a wide receiver out of Oregon. Yeah, Oregon had a good showing in the draft, too. They had 10 guys go. A lot of the D line, so they had a D tackle, a DN, another D tackle, a linebacker, and then they had, obviously, Dylan Gabriel, QB to the Browns. They had Jordan James go, the running back. Tez Johnson go wide receiver to Tampa Bay. And then a couple of their old line. So they had a lot of guys move on in the next level as well. All right, pack number 7. We're going right at it here. Let's see who we got. Okay, we got an Acropolis variation top left. All right, bottom right, we got Eugene Wilson, the third wide receiver out of Florida. First Bowman, potential second or third round pick. Guy to keep an eye on. And then we have on the top left, round 1, pick 22 to the Chargers. good squad to go to. Omarion Hampton, running back out of North Carolina. Only guy out of North Carolina to go. Yeah, and you'll only find him in the Bowman product. Yeah, and that is that Acropolis insert. You can get number ones of that. But we have pulled him already in box one. All right, we got a new guy we did not get in box one. We got on the bottom right, Pat Bryant, wide receiver, only guy to get drafted out of Illinois. He went round 3, pick 74 to the Broncos, I believe. Yep. And the Broncos took 7 guys this draft. They took a cornerback, a running back, wide receiver, and then 2 DNs. They took a punter out of Florida. Nice, in round 6, and then a Caleb Lohner, Utah, in round 7. Of all those guys that you picked, you can find RJ Harvey, who is a round 2 in the Leaf product, that will be pulling, not in anything else. And then Pat out of Illinois is in the Bowman product, and that's it. And all the rest of the guys are in Onnits or not there. So very limited of what you can get from the Broncos draft picks. Okay, pack number 9. I think this one's going to be loaded. Yeah, I see Dylan there. All right. So all 3 of these guys we did not get in box 1. So these 3 new additions to our list. On the top left, of course, we have Dylan Gabriel, who got drafted to the Browns, competing with Shedeur Sanders and Flacco and all kinds of dudes over there right now on the Browns QB squad. Out of Oregon, of course, and you can find him in Panini, Bowman, and Leaf, any of the 3 products that we'll be ripping. Then round 1, pick 23 to the Green Bay Packers. We have Matthew Golden out of Texas, wide receiver. He'll be partnered up with Jordan Love over there. And then bottom right, we have to the Bucks, Jacob Parrish on the defensive side, cornerback out of Kansas State. And you can only find him in Bowman. And Golden you can find in Leaf and in Bowman. And we are rolling up to pack 10, and we've got 8 guys so far. New guys to our list that we did not get in box 1. So I like that. We are progressing forward. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we had 1 guy go on the board that we did not get in box 1. That is Devin Neal, running back out of Kansas, round 6, pick 184 to the Saints. You can find him in Bowman and Leaf. And there were 2 guys that went from Kansas, both in round 6. And the following pick, or not following, but a couple picks later in 192, Bryce O'Tackle for Kansas went to Seattle. But you won't find him in any of the products that we'll be ripping. The linemen get no love. Okay, pack number 11. We're rolling 9 guys so far. All right, what do we got here on the board? All right, we got 2 guys. We got on the bottom right, Mr. Jackson Dart, who we have pulled already. Round 1, pick 25 to the Giants out of Ole Miss. And you can find him in Panini, Bowman, and Leaf. Yeah, Giants. He's got a lot on his shoulders there. Get it rolling over there. But we got on the top right as well, we got a potential first-round pick for next year, Dylan Thieneman, D-back, giving off some Cooper DeJean vibes. But yeah, so this was when his first Bowman. He played for Purdue from 2023 to 24, and now he's in Oregon Ducks, so he's in the green, probably getting that NIL money. But yeah, Oregon player now this year, so no longer Purdue. Yeah, Oregon had a bunch of dudes leave, and now they are getting guys from everywhere, it looks like. All right, coming into our next pack. Okay, on the bottom right, we got round 7, pick 240 to the Bills. We kind of already touched on them, but that's Caden Prather, wide receiver out of Maryland. And we have pulled him before, and you are going to find him only in the Bowman product. I was researching, but Maryland showed out at the draft. They had 6 guys go. Only 2 of them you're going to find in the products. The first one, Ty Felton, They had a guy go round 3, round 4, 2 in round 5, and 2 in round 7. 2 receivers. One was Ty Felton, who went to the Vikings, and you'll find in the Leaf product. And then they had a linebacker go to the Bears, D tackle to the Dolphins, a safety to the Dolphins, and then of course Caden here. And then they had a D tackle go to the Cowboys. So good for Maryland. All right. What is this? Pack 12? No, we're moving on to Pack 13 here. Okay. All right, we got another Jackson Dart. We kind of just touched on him on the bottom 11 or bottom left to the Giants, round 1, pick 25. That is a purple refractor, numbered to 399. And on the right, we got a new guy who we have not pulled, Xavier Watts, round 3, pick 96 out of Notre Dame. And he went to the Falcons. But yeah, he's only in Bowman product, and then Dart you'll find in all 3, Panini, Bowman, and Leaf. All right, Pack 14. We've been running hot here. We got a hot box so far. Ooh, let's see. This might be okay. Spoke too soon. We're hitting some variants here. We got Goosed, no PFF, no draft picks. But that doesn't mean not one of these guys can pop off and change the fate here. I see 2 first Bowmans, 3, 4 first Bowmans, 3, 4 quarterbacks though. So we got TJ Finley, Jacob Zeno, Ashton Daniels, and then Steven Angeli for Notre Dame. But yeah, Goose, these are all base cards too. All right, and that is it. We are moving on to Pack 15. We are flying here. All right, what do we got? All right, top left out of Virginia Tech there. We got a new guy to the list. We have Antoine Powell Ryland, DN out of Virginia Tech. Only find him in Bowman product, and he was a 6th-round pick, 209, to the Eagles. A nice squad to get to. And then the bottom right, we got a potential, 3rd, 4th-round pick, Rod Moore, safety out of Michigan. And Michigan, man, they showed out. They had 3 guys go in the first round, 2 D tackles, and 1 tight end went in the first round. And then you had another DN go in the 3rd round, and then a quarterback in the 2nd. So they got a ton of guys that moved on. Probably, big names. They're going to have to replenish their ranks. Okay. Couple more packs here. We'll be back to kind of the normal video editing stuff. Nice. So we got 2 first-round guys that went. Bottom right, round 1, pick 22 to the Chargers. Omarion Hampton. We pulled his base card. Or no, we had another insert of him, the Acropolis. This is the Path to Glory insert. Obviously out of North Carolina. And then we have Mikael Williams, DN out of Georgia, who went to the Niners. Round 1, pick 11. We pulled him already as well. Yeah, and both those cards should be up on the eBay store. Link below if there's any of these cards you see. A ton of them are up on the eBay store. Some of the Cam Ward one I had, the 50 I kept. All right, we got 3 guys on here. So 2 of these guys we've pulled before. Round 6, pick 185 to the Steelers is Will Howard, quarterback out of Ohio State, and you can find him in Bowman and Leaf. And on the top right there, we got a wide receiver out of Kentucky, Dane Key, potential 4th, 5th round pick for this next year's draft. And then round 1, pick 19, Tampa Bay, Emeka, wide receiver out of Ohio State to the Bucks. I forget, is Chris Godwin still there? Mike Evans. They're going to have some guys on that squad over there. Let's see. Which one is that now of that card? That is the blue one. Okay, yeah, it's a blue refractor numbered to 199. Okay, pack 18. Looks like we got a nice little refractor, X-fractor in the top right. Okay, bottom right, Jackson Dart. We've talked about him. This is our third card of him we've gotten out of this box. Don't mind that. Good problem to have. That's just your standard base card. And then Dominic Lovett, wide receiver out of Georgia. We got him earlier in this box as well. Okay, and now we are back to the normal editing. This is how the footage should look. We got that Chris Mitchell X-Factor for Notre Dame there. All this stuff got messed up. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Just my age. Can't figure this out. This video editing stuff, though, it can get complicated. All right, let's see. What are we on here? The next pack. All right. Coming up 4 on the board here. Okay, the only guy we had on this one was Deontay Lawson, potential first-round pick next year, linebacker out of Bama. You know Bama's always in the mix. They're just the funnel to the pros. They had 7 guys go. Doesn't seem like a lot for them, but you know what I mean? So they had, in the first round, they had 2 guys go. Jihad Campbell to the Eagles, and then Tyler Booker, a guard, went to Dallas. Can always use those O-line. And then Jalen Milroe, quarterback from Alabama, went to Seattle. And then a safety DN, tight end, and a D tackle. Yeah, and this is a cool little insert right here. That is the Ramblin' Man, Donovan Edwards, running back out of Michigan. Yeah, so you got the Running Man, Campus Icons, or Ramblin' Man, Acropolis. Some of the more common ones. Then there's other rare ones you can get. And I think all those can be numbered or colored to like red, greens, you know, the whole spectrum of things. All right, we're coming up to our next pack here. We're getting close to the end, y'all. Let's see what we got. Pack 20. Nice. So we got a new guy that we have not pulled before. On the bottom left there, we have out of to the Browns, round 4, pick 126, Dylan Sampson, running back out of Tennessee. And he's in the Bowman product, obviously, and you can also find him in Leaf. And then at our top left, we have Ruben Bain Jr., D-end, out of Miami. Potential first-round pick for next year. Yeah, and Miami had a good show, too, as well. They had 7 guys go. Of course, Cam Ward. Then they had a tight end, Elijah Araro. Jalen Rivers go to the Bengals. The Jets took 2 guys from Miami in the 5th round. Francisco Mauga, linebacker, Tyler Barron. Damian Martinez, running back, who we just... Yeah, so they got a good... they had a good showing for the draft. They got the good alumni there, good NIL money. I'm sure they'll be an up-and-coming team. Okay, any of the Florida schools. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay, nice. We got a Cade Klubnik, quarterback out of Clemson, PFF rank 5. Obviously a highly first-round pick. I will gladly take his cards. But otherwise, we were skunked on that one. No pro. So this is one of the campus icons I was talking about. We had a Drew Aller one like that earlier. But those ones are pretty common. So nothing super rare as of now. There is a rare one, though, at the end. That's why I have it saved up there. I didn't note that. But that's what that little card on the thing is saved. That is a one saved for the end. All right. Oh, nice. We got an auto there. All right. We got a monster pack here. Love it. We got 4 guys to talk about. Let's start from the top left. We have Ricky White III, who we have not pulled yet. You can find him only in Bowman, out of UNLV, wide receivers. So 2 wide receivers up there that got drafted to the Seahawks, Ricky White III. And then on the top right, we got round 3, pick 87, who we have not pulled, Green Bay Packers, wide receiver out of TCU, Savion Williams. And then on the bottom left, We got Davison, cornerback out of Ohio, potential pick for next year. And then we have a potential first-round pick, wide receiver out of Georgia Tech, Eric Singleton Jr. So nice cards here. Okay, let's see who did Green Bay take. They picked up 8 guys, 2 receivers. So Savion here and Matthew Golden, obviously out of Texas, they took in the first and third round, and then an O tackle. So they're building around Jordan Love. They took another tackle in the 7th. A couple defensive guys in the 4th, 5th. They had a D end out of Texas, Baron Sorrell. They had Colin Oliver, linebacker out of Oklahoma State, and another tackle, Warren Brinson. Let's see, we're moving into our next pack. What do we got here? Nice, we got 2 guys. First off, we got my guy on the bottom right, Mr. Ashton Jeanty out of Boise State. Stud, beast. Went to the Raiders, round 1, pick 6. I will be buying all the Ashton Jeanty RPAs, anything I can get of him. Big fan of him. That will be for the PC. And then in the top right, we have Mason Taylor, round 2, pick 42 to the Jets out of LSU. And that is the Ramblin' Man insert. And that is obviously a Jet squad without Mr. Aaron Rodgers. He is over with the Steelers now. Yeah, so the Jets, their quarterback room now, they got Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor, obviously Brady Cook out of Mizzou, and then Adrian Martinez. So that'll be interesting to see how that all shakes up. And then the Giants, obviously Jackson Darts, so some young guys over there. Let's see. Nice. We got a monster pack here to end on. We got 4 guys to talk about. Top right, he is new. We have not pulled him. Tyleik Williams, D tackle out of Ohio State, who went to the Lions. Good squad to land on. D-Town Lions, round 1, pick 28. Then we have Deion Walker, who we got earlier. We got one of his X-Factors. We've pulled him already. And then for the bottom right, we have not pulled him. Damian Martinez, running back out of Miami, who is now for the Seattle Seahawks on their depth chart. And then this is Jamal Haynes out of Georgia Tech, running back. Potential later round draft pick for next year. So nice last pack here to end on. Okay, and we will now do our special little treat card here at the end. I pull that aside, try to save an auto or 2 for the end, because you get knock for good luck, and then we'll do a recap. Got to tease it out a little bit. Very promising, though. All right, this is monstrous. We got the fireworks going, everything. We haven't done the fireworks in a while. We get a big hit. We bust him out. We have Mr. Ryan Williams, first Bowman, numbered 1 of 10 prospect auto out of Alabama. Monster card. Over 100, just as is. I can put this one in the PC personal collection. We're going to let this marinate. He's going to do wonderful things. Probably get it graded. I don't know, but a beautiful card. Thank you, Bowman. What a great card to get. All right, let's do our wrap up. All right. Yeah, that card is just gorgeous. Doesn't look like there's any issues with it at all. Corners look good. Checking it on the light, look good. All right, let's get organized here. There's our other auto. Okay, so let's recap box 2. So here's our list. These are all the guys that we can find in the products that will be ripping. The Panini, Bowman, or Leaf. All the ones in green we pulled from box 1. And then all the ones in orange we just pulled today, and a couple guys we already pulled. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 guys we got off the list. How many Bowmans do we have left? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20. So we got 20 more guys. I feel like we can do this. I do, at least for Bowman. And then, of course, we got the Panini and then the Leaf products as well. But yeah, awesome, man. This was a lot of fun. Hope you learned something, enjoyed this. Apologize about the video editing at the beginning. Some housekeeping stuff. I will probably, I'm going to be doing card shows here. My subscriber base, I'm so small right now. Still beginning this channel and everything. I'm not really on any social media with this, like Instagram or any of that. I'm probably going to set that up because I'm going to start doing some card shows. Never done that before. I've always been a collector. In the collection, I'm like, okay, I got to sell some of this to get some new stuff, whatever. So I got a lot of stuff on eBay, which is linked below. But yeah, for the card show, I spent over like $5,000 on just getting slabs, singles, all kinds of stuff for card shows. A couple of things for the personal collection, of course, and then stuff to put on the eBay store. But I have like a 10 video series of that. It's just a massive, massive opening of just cards, straight singles from like load numbered 3 of 3 to case hit stuff to just super common base stuff, all kinds of things. But I'm probably going to do a couple of those since I record it live and it's super easy for me to edit. These videos take a lot to put together. So please, if you enjoy this, like and subscribe. These took a lot to get together. So they take about a week I got kids and wife and all kinds of stuff going on. So with the schedule, these are a little harder to put together. So I'll probably do a couple of just me opening that and then getting back to this series as well. But yeah, the me opening stuff for the store and PC and card shows is probably going to be an ongoing series to the channel. I'll save that to a new playlist. I like that when people do card reveals, PSA reveals, and stuff that I enjoy watching. A lot of course, these breaks where you're opening stuff, pack review or box reviews and stuff, but definitely the just the card reveals and stuff I enjoy. So anyways, I've taken up too much of your time. I appreciate it. Check out the eBay store below. I will let you know about any social stuff, media stuff I put up with like card shows and stuff. If you want to come by, say hi, meet me in person, whatever. I am out of the Midwest. But anyways, and so I would be doing Midwest shows. But we will chat later. All right, y'all. Peace.